Oh, what's going on, YouTube? It's Chainsaw Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Report's got another battle report for you today. It's the Adepticon 2025 World Championship, round number 2. Guys, it's your boy James here, coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Guys, I got another battle report for you today. Here, now, let's go. I'm going to clarify really quick. Round 1, I mentioned in the last video that I was a 12-12. I shouldn't have really just kind of trusted my opponent. And his friend reached out to me thinking that it sounded like I was accusing him of cheating. I was not accusing him of cheating. What I was accusing is myself for not paying attention, because I should have had 13 or 15 if I paid attention. But my dumbass never reads the packets. I've told my friend Fergus this. Fergus is a guy in Chicago who used to play Warhammer 8th Edition and 9th Age. But he's too scared to touch fantasy miniatures right now on the old world. But he always would make these rule packs, and he would just jam-pack them with information. And I said, dude, nobody reads that shit. We got there the morning of the tournament, and we're tired, and we're crabby, and we're pulling our models out, and you got to put the shit together and put them on trays and all that shit. And you're like, oh my god, I only got like 10 minutes. I got to check in. I got to sign in. I got to talk to so-and-so. Oh my god, it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Nobody's reading that shit, Fergus. Nobody. So I didn't read the damn rule pack. I didn't know that I was supposed to hold the center. Anyways, moving forward, this game right here has nothing to do with that. But as I'm saying this right now, I'm dead serious. My dog just puked on the couch, and I'm going to have to clean that up as soon as I'm done with this battle report. But you know what? He already did it, and he's already eating it. So, well. I just have to deal with it. So going over what I said in the last game, the last battle report, basically there's a lack of photos. I'm rusty. I'm trying to get back into it. I used to have like with 9th Age, I used to be like, alright, it's the magic phase, I'm going to take a picture like this. If it's the movement phase, it's going to take a picture like that. But the magic phase is kind of included in everything going on. And some of the magic is just like a very simple spell that I just don't have a card for, I don't have pictures for, so that's kind of what's going on here. Now, for my opponent, he did not have his rules or his list posted on Best Coast Pairing. A lot of my opponents did it, and I wonder if it's a list thing or if it was an Andrew Sherman thing, who was the TO. He just might not have been put the list all out, or maybe it's just people didn't submit their list. I don't know. But here's my opponent. He did give me my a paper that showed me, and we you know, like, gentlemanly talked about what's on each list, more or less. It's not like anybody's trying to pull one over on anybody. But the number one thing here is his Star Dragon. This is the biggest difference. It's another High Elf player. Just played High Elves. Gonna play High Elves again. It's another Star Dragon player. Or, sorry, another High Elf player, but this guy is bringing a Star Dragon. Now, I don't have all his items. I know he had, like, a Sword of Might, I want to say. He didn't really have a strong weapon, but he had his Talisman, and he also had an item that protected him from D3 wounds or multi-wounds. So he would take like 1 or 2 or less, or half less, or something like that. Something on that note, okay? He has 2 units of Bitches with Bows, or Sisters of Avalon. He has a unit of Illyrian Reavers back there. Here's a better picture. He has a picture of Illyrian Reavers. He has another unit of Archers out of the core, 6 of them. He has a Wizard, an Archmage. This guy does have the Ruby Ring of Ruin. He also had something else. I'm trying to remember what it was. And again, like I said, most of this is just coming off of memory. The Lion Chariot is I want to say a prince on a lion chariot, or a noble on a lion chariot, but he also has a ward save. Over here he has his Dragon Prince. His Dragon Prince, I want to say they had a war banner. If not, they had some other kind of killy banner. He did not have the same banner that the last guy had, though, which was, ooh, thank God. And then he had 2 units, or sorry, he had 1 unit of Silver Helms back there for 5 of them, and then another unit of Dragon Princes, 5 of them. So this is a pretty stout, fast unit, or fast rushing army. Now the cool thing, and this is one of the things that I realized with champions able to take magic items, is each one of his champions of these elf horse units is they have hammer hand, and I was like, that is so fucking cool. It's a common item for him. Everybody's taking it. It's only like however many points, but they're all just coming in with charging in hammer hand, charging in hammer hand. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Now that does put the fear of God in me. I'm just going for fear of Gork in me. For my magic, let's go over that really quick. I got a Vindictive Glare, I got a Hand of Mork, I got the Bad Moon Rising, and I got a Foot of Gork. Now for my Bogatha P. Lily, I don't really have what she had. I had a 3 and a 4, whatever that is, on Battle Magic, but it doesn't really matter because we'll end up just taking Hammer Hand and whatever the spell it was, and it really never comes into play. Now I'm gonna go ahead back to the Orc and Goblin Wog magic. I normally would drop Hand of Mork. 90% of the time, I would drop Hand of Mork for a Itchy Nuisance. Almost always, right? But this time, since I got Bad Moon Rising, I'm like, it's minus weapon skill, minus initiative. Like, do I really care about weapon skill that much? Do I really care about the initiative that much? Because I could get that from Itchy Nuisance. So I decided to just drop that one for Itchy Nuisance. I kept Hand of Mork. So I started reading up on Hand of Mork. And the one thing that would always throw me off on Hand of Mork is it only moves a character. It can move a character out of combat, which is kind of cool, but that's about it. So that it's going to come into play right here. Now, again, I didn't read the rules pack. If I read the rules pack, I would have read this. My opponent definitely read this. But basically, it says whoever drops first wins the chance to go first immediately. There's no roll off. There's no +1. Nothing. If he dropped his first model first, he gets it first. So this is how we deployed. Now, we're playing where there's 2 sections of the table that we can't go, and there's 2 flanks that we can go, but we have to write it down in secret. So I was assuming he was going to put all these archers in the ruins and the field and the fences be on the left. So I decided to put my flankers on the left in the forest to A, avoid getting shot, but B, like, I'll run in and haha, I'm gonna charge. I knew you were going on that flank, right? So when we flipped it over, I was in the forest, he was on the clear side, and I was like, what? He went to the clear side? That's so bizarre. That is so bizarre. Anyways, hey, you get away from me, pukey breath. So, he goes in and he puts his Dragon Princes in a marching column over on the right side. You can see that. He has his archers over on the right side. Those are the ones that were flanking. And then he has his main force in the center with the 3 characters pretty much in the center. Now, he does have the scouting unit of the Elaine Reavers over on the right. Not Elaine, but Illyrian Reavers on the right there. And basically what ends up happening is they do pop up. They're going to go ahead and shoot 1 round. And then we both forget they're there, to be honest. But it is a chaff unit that he just kind of forgot that was there. Now, I deploy like so. I put my Black Orcs in the center. Now, part of the objective is to get to the other side of the table. I did read it this time. And to get to the opponent's deployment zone, that's kind of why I put the Boar Boys on the left, because I was going to just charge in and stay in the left corner. Did not expect them to be in the center and then on the right. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and put my archers, the hunters, on the hill, trying to shoot into his dragon, of course, if I can. One of the things that my opponent cleverly realized very early on is I do not own any chaff other than a troll and some squig hoppers. So we're going to go ahead and start off turn 1, and he's going to show me the folly of my ways by going straight at me. Holy shit! Holy shit, he has knights charging right in front of him, and he has his dragon like right in front of him. What are you gonna do? And he has his prince on the lion chariot, and I'm like, holy shit. Now, he did read it right. He saw that I have a frenzy banner on my boys, on my blood boys. So he's like, I'm gonna just make them exactly 10 inches. You're gonna have to charge me. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to charge you. Shit. Okay. So, alright. He basically moves like this. Now, he has his knight units there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with both the knight units. The knight units are going to kill my archers easy. He knows that for a fact that if I don't charge his general and I'm trying to poison shoot him, he is going to just constantly, take wounds with this many shots. With this many shots of archers into his dragon. So he's basically just trying to threaten my archers as fast as possible. Anyways, these bitches with bows and his wizard. The wizard goes in and does a ruby ring into my troll. The wizard's so far away that I cannot dispel him. I try to like wizardly dispel it, did not do it. These bitches with bows over here shoot into my black orcs, kill off 1 wound. These guys, like I said, we forgot about them, but they shoot into my mangler, do 1 wound, and that is about it for his turn. He does a couple wounds all around. Now, first things first, I have a big plan. A big plan. If I could get this dragon stuck with my hag, that would literally hold him there for a couple turns while I clean up everything. That is my plan. That is my haha, this is how I'm gonna, this is my win condition. This is how I'm gonna do it, right? So first thing I do is I roll stupidity and I fucking fail it. Okay, alright, let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and call it the log, and I'm gonna charge in. I'm gonna charge my general into his dragon. I'm gonna charge Black Orcs into the dragon. I'm just to Hail Mary with the dragons, or with the Black Orcs into the dragon. But if I get in, I'm gonna have a banner, I'm gonna have a rank, I'm gonna have a close order, and I'm just gonna be able to challenge with my general. My general will go ahead and just, put wounds in. So I'm not worried about the knights right now. I'm worried about just getting this dragon out of my freaking face. Get out of my face. Alright? Over on the left, I'm going to go ahead and charge the boar boys into his lion chariot. He's like, go ahead. You're going to have to take a -1. I was like, you know what? But might as well try. I do have warband, so I get to reroll. I might have forgot that I have rerolls on this tournament, but I do have warband on them. They fail. In the middle, though, my general gets in. Boom! And my black orcs get in. Boom! Oh, I didn't even expect the Black Orcs to get in. Okay, my Squig Hopper, the King Whopper with cheese, right in the middle there by Bogatha. He actually gets into the guy, the Lion Chariot, and he got always strikes first weapon. So we're gonna see how that goes. Now while I'm tied up, my other guy, and I don't have a really picture of my movement. I do know what happens, but I don't have a picture of the movement. The guy on the right, the King Rizzo, my Squig Hopper, he moves forward, and I use him as chaff to block the Silver Helm charge. I can only block one or the other, and I decided to block the Silver Helm. I thought they were both Silver Helms, but I think the one on the left is Dragon Princes. They're Dragon Prince models, so I'm assuming they're Dragon Princes. Go ahead and I do a Vindictive Glare into combat, which is, yes, you can do it into combat. I shoot the Vindictive Glare into his dragon. I end up doing 1 wound. I believe this is... No, I do a lot of wounds. I thought I was going to say I only do 1 wound to him the whole game. No, I do a couple wounds. I do cast Hand of Mork on Bogatha as I stumble forward on purpose, because she gets to stumble forward as a compulsory move for stupidity. And I decided to pick her up with Hand of Mork and move her to the flank. And I move her right into the flank of the dragon and the other prince, the Lion Chariot, because now she's a threat in the flank. One thing I wish I knew, and I totally forgot until I think the next game, is she has a breath weapon. And right here, I would have been glad to fucking puke all over some dragon princes in this angle. But anyways, over here, I'm going to go ahead and shoot into the Silver Helms, and I do get a foot of Gorkov, by the way, but I shoot into the Silver Helms, and I end up doing 3 wounds. He just failed 3 armor saves. I was like, oh, that happened. Over here, my guy, my Wallop's one-hit wonder, he does 3 wounds onto this guy, or I think 3 wounds, but he ends up killing me, which is fine. He did a lot of work for that little, like, 1 hit he did, that 1-hit wonder. And then I do win combat against his general. I might have done a wound or 2 against him. He might have done a couple wounds onto me, but it's going to start off his turn 2. High Elves turn 2. My Foot of Gork betrays me, goes through my own guys, kills off 2 of them, puts a wound onto my general. Okay, that happens. Now, he contemplates charging for a while. He charges the Lion Chariot into my Black Orcs, but I think he avoids charging the Dragon Princes in because I'm in a challenge, and his attacks do nothing. Outside of a banner and a close order, he doesn't really have a purpose of charging them in. I would have done it, but I think he thought about it. I don't remember if it's like... It wasn't an illegal charge, just wasn't going to do much, and I think he wanted to push them into my archers. I'm not really sure. The other Dragon Princes, they use like a drill formation, pop out wide, and they just start heading this way to my flank. Now, I looked at this. I looked at this twice. I looked at this during the game. I looked at it right before I started recording. I said, why did he do this? He knows my Mangler's behind the hill. But I think what he was hoping was I just needed like a 13 or 14 to get in, and that I would fail it. So I think that he was just ignoring my Mangler due to that circumstance, and he was just going for the kill. So, and as you can see, my King Rizzo took 2 wounds, but he held there. I think I just gave ground 2 inches. So King Rizzo is just holding that from last round. Or no, I think he just charged me now. I'm sorry, he just charged me now. What did he do? He did 2 wounds with shooting. I think he was just trying to shoot me to kill me, but he didn't kill me. And then he charged in right now. He's probably going to kill me, to be honest. But that's how the table looks right now, and it's interesting. I'm a little worried, but I'm also not really worried. I'm more worried about the Star Dragon than anything, really. Um, Over here, these bitches with bows are going to shoot into my hunters, kill off one, and then I lose combat. Now, I lose combat because the character charged in, the chariot charged in. Now, these guys are frenzied. So I'm getting a lot of attacks with great weapons onto that chariot, but since the chariot charged in, killed so many, whatever, right? Only so many could attack. I left him there with 1 wound remaining. So I think I only did 2 wounds to him. It looks like he did a wound or 2 to my general, okay? But he did like 4 or 5 wounds onto my black orcs, and that's where I lose the combat. He's at how many attacks and wounds he did to my general, or to my black orcs. My general fallbacks in good order. Now my black orcs, my bloody boys, the blood boys, they should have just pushed. They should also fall back in good order. They're stubborn. I messed up the rule, and me and Phil Carl had to talk about this recently about how I was playing stubborn. My dumbass was playing it like it was unbreakable. It's not. It is literally a fallback in good order, which means I would have just ran crooked. Either way, he decided to chase after the Black Orcs. I think he didn't want any smoke with my general right now or something. I don't really remember why he didn't go for my general. He decided he was just going to stick on the Black Orcs. Okay. So he's going to do that. It's going to start off turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I charge Bogatha. Bogatha's going into the flank of his general, and my general is going to charge into his Dragon Princes. Now, he fails a terror check, and he's like, it's fine, I was going to flee anyways, and he rolls a Swift Stride, and he rolls like a 4 on 3 dice. So that unit, it's a quick pickup from my general. My general will eat those points up. Bogatha gets in. Now you can see my boar boys on the left. They are going to charge into the flank of his lion chariot. So that's going to be a nice charge there. And I decided if I was going to charge the boar boys in, I might as well charge Cujo in. Either one. But basically, if the boar boys fail, Cujo doesn't have to go in. But either way, I was going to commit to just getting rid of this guy. He only has 1 wound left. I only have to do 1 wound, right? I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. Over here, boom, into the flank. I rolled it. I needed maybe like a 14 or 12 or 13, 12 to 14, somewhere around there. And this motherfucker just nails it. Boom, into the flank. He's like, shit. And then you can see my general picked up those points. Cujo's gonna go up north towards those archers. Like I said, Bogatha is into the wizard, or into the Star Dragon. Rizzo is still alive. Rizzo didn't die. He whiffed. He whiffed hard on it, and I'm going to try to help Rizzo out. I'm going to try to do something. I don't know. I don't really have much, but we're going to go from here. And my general, even though my general has a couple wounds on him, now that I know Bogatha's in combat, Bogatha is just going to hold as long as it humanly possibly can. Now, he did do a wound onto Bogatha. I think it was like a fireball ring or just shooting her. He did 1 wound, but that's fine. Okay, over here I'm going to shoot into some bitches with bows, kill off 2 of them. Over here, he did kill Rizzo. He overruns into my orcs, and now I'm stuck in combat. But we'll see how that goes. Over here, over here, I end up killing off 3 of his Dragon Princes. He does 0 wounds to me. He's going to give ground, actually, and I go ahead and I just follow through with that. Over here, my Boar Boys, my Rampagers, they end up killing off that 1 lion chariot, which is, like I said, he only had 1 wound left, and this is a lot of attacks for, 160 points. Over here, close combat, I challenge with Bogatha, and Bogatha is just holding the dragon. Now, Bogatha has Slimy Skin, which is -1 to hit, as she's like a river troll, right? But she's also -1 to hit because I took the Idol of Mork, which gives her or whatever it's called, the Effigy of Mork, and it gives her -1 to hit again. So she's -2 to hit, and he's like, I normally hit you on 2s. I was like, I understand, but now it's 4s. And the dragon, I think, was 5s or 4s as well. And so he's just like, what the hell? So he goes to roll the dice, and every attack he was rolling, he would get like 1, 2, 2, 2, 4. two, 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 three, four. And he's like, what the hell? Every attack. I think the only wound he did was a stomp that first round of combat. Now, I win combat, but the dragon is going to stay there. It doesn't really move, just gives ground. And I kind of just, like, have to rearrange. Now, due to the circumstance of how I have to rearrange, I think I started going into, like, march formation with the boar boys. I don't really remember. My archers, I don't think anything really happened. He better kill one. But on his turn, I don't think he killed any. On his turn, nothing really much happens. He has to move. I think he sticks for another round against Bogatha. I don't have pictures on that whole turn for some reason. I know I only kill one of his dragon princes, and he's gonna just win by musician or banner or something. Or no, I have a flank and a wound, and he has a banner, and that's it. So I win combat again, but I'm just staying there. Yeah, there's not much. Most of the stuff he cast really just kind of goes towards my general, but my general has the glowy green amulet, so nothing really happens to him. And then he shoots at my general, but my general has a good armor save, so nothing really happens. Bogatha holds the dragon for another turn. Don't know what happened to the orcs, but obviously he didn't kill enough orcs for them to care. And it's going to start off my turn, orcs and goblins turn, whatever turn this is. You'll see the numbers like pop up at the bottom. The Cujo gets right in into these bitches with bows. I rolled like a 15 or 16. He's like, shit. And I just kind of like wheeled around that freaking rock. Over here, my chariot charged in, helped kill these two knights here. And I'm going to overrun into those other knights to help out Cujo. Or Toto, right there, and we'll do that combat soon. Over here, you can see he did rack up a couple more wounds. He's up to 6 wounds onto my general. My general only has 1 wound left, but I wipe out his wizard and his archer bunker. And then over here, close combat, it looks like Bogatha lost a turn. He did I did give ground. He did face her to attack. He basically figured he's going to attack her, try to overrun into my boar boys, or he's going to eventually just kill her. But like the black orcs are pretty much stuck right now, basically, and he's gonna pick up those points too. I think my black orcs. I don't think I'm in combat. I don't even know. So it's gonna start off his turn. He's gonna charge into me. Turn 4. These archers shooting into me, but he did not kill me. He did kill Bogatha here. He did turn and face my black orcs, and he's going to kill my black orcs this turn. And then he turns around to face my boar boys, so he's going to chase down my boar boys. My boar boys were trying to grab the objective. Stop scratching your neck, bro. My boar boys are going for the objective. They are going to go ahead and, like I said, the objective was to get into the opponent's deployment zone. I figured if I could do marching column and just literally go in there and just hide in like on the edge of the line, he won't be able to catch me. That's not what happens. He's definitely going to get me here. And it's his turn. He charges in. He obviously gets into my boar boys, kills my boar boys, turns to face Toto, and I'm like, shit. And my general is just like, fuck, get the fuck out. And I just like bail. This is the end of the game, I think. I think we're running out of time, or we just kind of like talked it out. It says turn 6 on the bottom. I lost track. Like I said, it was hard with the pictures. But basically what ends up happening is my general has 1 wound left, bails, get the fuck out. Toto gets out of his line of sight. My wizard is trying to get vindictive glares. I get the guy down to like 2 or 3 wounds left total, but he's going to live. And then I even just move my archers out of the way because I have that secondary objective. The secondary objective is keep a unit in your deployment zone, or keep, like, I forgot, like have more banners than him, something like that. Something on that note. So I'm going to get 2 points basically for protecting what I have left, and I don't have to go all out and try to kill this dragon, and there's a possibility I don't kill the dragon anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Though I do lose the points for not being in his objective or controlling one of his objective zones because his dragon's in his side. So basically it ends up becoming a small win for me, and I mean relatively small. I think I got like 11-9, and then I got an additional 2 points, so I got 13 points. I think he has 9 points plus another 2 points for his dragon being in his side, so he's going to have, it becomes like a 13-12. Okay, so I still win, but it's a very small win. It's not a big win at all. But that's fine. That's fine for me. Again, it's a win's a win is a win. I'll take it. You know, my opponent was a good guy. He was very knowledgeable of his rules, obviously, and I was able to just kind of capitalize on some of his mistakes, like giving me the flank to the what is it called? I was gonna call it a man eater, but the mangler. I was able to capitalize on that. He did push up aggressive. Let's hear what he has to say, by the way.
So this is my round 2 opponent. All right, introduce yourself to the world.
Hey, Drew Wilkins.
Drew, how do you think the game went?
Dude, it's great. It was a good game.
It was a good game?
First Goblins, it's a cool army. It's fun to see the different mechanics they have. Sounds cool.
I did not expect you to just go straight at it.
Yeah.
I did not expect it. I was like, oh shit, yeah, it happened.
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
I was trying to do something. It was just going Ranchu worked until everything got cluttered, and then the rest of my units couldn't support anyone else.
As soon as I saw that I had the hand of Gork and I could move the troll closer, I was like, all right, just get him stuck and kill everything else.
No, and that's exactly what
It
happened.
happened, exactly. That's all I was trying for.
Keep my dragon, it gets to fly away, everyone else gets murdered.
Yeah. I was like, just stay there, troll head. Just stay there.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, don't move. Don't move. All right, thanks for the game, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. All right.
So you just heard that. Basically, what ends up happening is once I realized I had Hand of Mork, I tried to, or Hand of Gork, whatever it's called, I tried to, protect my general by keep moving him out of the way with the Hand of Gork if I needed to. I was going to do that against his dragon. If his dragon was killing my general, just pick my general up and just let him kill the Black Orcs and do whatever else, right? But it would protect my general. Also, after this game, I decided, man, Hand of Mork is actually pretty good for my army because I have multiple characters that are just single characters. The Squig Hoppers, my general, all of them. So I was like, that's actually pretty good. I could do this. I could do this often, I think. So Hand of Mork is now going to be one of my more staple spells. Now, the other thing I was going to bring up was MVP. MVP should be my War Boss Scourge. Should be, because, like, point-wise, he got the most points in this game. He cleaned up Dragon Princes and Silver Helms and Archers and Wizards, and he got the most points there. I think he even got me the objective. But I got to give it to Bogatha, because Bogatha held that dragon for, like, 4 rounds of combat. And I was like, Bogatha, just stay there. Stay alive. Stay alive. The one thing I didn't notice about Bogatha, I just found this out recently, is that she can eat people. And if she can eat people, she regens 1 health, which is pretty cool. I don't know if she can eat a dragon. It doesn't say anything about size. It just says does 1 wound. So she's like taking a bite out of him, like, and just like, just eating it. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and try to rush to lunch. This is hectic. It's hectic to get lunches sometimes in these things. This is why I don't read the rules pack, Fergus. But anyways, it's hectic to get to. Lunch on this, like we had to leave the venue there, unless you want to eat like $17 pretzels or some bullshit. It was crazy. I think like water was $5 at this place, and AEW was across the street. Like if you watch wrestling, they were just across the street when we were at the event. But besides that, it was just kind of like so my nephew ran out, got us McDonald's, but couldn't bring the food in because the food, like, they stop you at the door, no outside food due to something that happened there, right? So you literally have no option to bring food in, but you have to go out to get food, and then there's nothing really relatively that close by unless you want to pay overpriced food in the Baird Center. That's a little ridiculous. I just had a vent about that. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. Sorry it's a little choppy. Like I said, there's just a lot of, I'm lacking pictures. And I'm going to get better at it. Time goes on, you know what I mean? It's just a new system to me. I had it all down packed in 9th Age. Now it's like, try to get back into it. As for my movement trays, I still need to call out Klaus and be like, yo, I need these 30 by 30s, whatever they are. Movement trays, and then I also need you guys to purchase some t-shirts. Okay, I have some Games Workshop inspired t-shirts, or I should say Warhammer inspired t-shirts in the TeePublic store still currently, but at the end of the month they're going to be gone. So if you don't get them in April, they're going to be gone for a long time, limited time offer only. And I also have other t-shirts that I've designed, so if you guys are interested, go ahead into my TeePublic store or my Redbubble store. Redbubble is a little bit better for me, but I think TeePublic has more options currently than Redbubble for the designs. Outside of that, I'm going to leave the link down below anyways. You can just kind of go to the link if you're really interested in the shirts. But I am rocking that shirt the whole weekend. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I gave you my MVP. I gave you my shirt store. I promoted Klaus for some movementtray.com. Trying to think what else. Going to Norway to visit my buddy Herbernard. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think that's about it. Until next time, guys. Next time I'm going to play Todd McGee. he came up to me and he was like, "I'm the best Orc and Goblin player of 2024." So I'm like, "All right, Todd, let's go at it." So we'll see how that game goes next time on Shyhammer. All right, guys. Till next time. Take care and peace.